Success is never about luck or waiting for the right moment. It is about turning inward, developing yourself, and refusing to quit until the breakthrough comes. The book, Focus on You, Until You Win, emphasizes that the greatest victories come from mastering your mindset, sharpening your discipline, and making consistent choices that align with your goals. Here are the first 5 key principles. Point 1. Take full responsibility for your life. Winners do not make excuses. They understand that blaming circumstances, people, or the past only delays growth. Taking responsibility means owning your choices, your mindset, and your direction. Even when things happen beyond your control, you control how you respond. This shift from victim to victor is the foundation of success. The person who focuses on their own actions instead of external excuses gains power. Responsibility unlocks freedom because it means you're no longer at the mercy of luck or other people. You're accountable for building your future step by step. Point 2. Develop a clear vision. Success requires a target. Without vision, energy scatters, and progress feels random. Winners know exactly where they want to go, and they hold that picture in their mind until it becomes reality. A vision is not just a vague dream. It is a detailed image of the life you are committed to creating. The clearer the vision, the stronger the pull. Vision provides direction during difficult days and keeps you aligned when distractions tempt you. By focusing on your why, you create motivation that outlasts short-term emotions. Every action becomes meaningful because it moves you closer to your destination. Point 3. Master self-discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Without it, motivation fades and dreams collapse. Winners treat discipline as a daily practice, not a one-time decision. It shows up in small choices. Waking up early, finishing tasks, eating clean, reading instead of scrolling, saving instead of spending. Self-discipline means choosing what you want most over what you want now. It is uncomfortable, but it builds strength and trust in yourself. Each disciplined action is proof that you are in control, and these small wins compound into massive success. Discipline is freedom disguised as sacrifice. Point 4. Build resilience. Through failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the process that creates it. Winners treat setbacks as lessons, not dead ends. Every obstacle reveals weaknesses to improve, strategies to adjust, and strengths to sharpen. Those who give up after failing once never reach their true potential. But those who learn from every fall eventually rise higher than before. Resilience is developed by refusing to quit, no matter how many times life knocks you down. The focus is not on how many times you fail, but how many times you rise again with more wisdom, more courage, and more determination. Point 5. Protect your focus. Fiercely. In a world full of distractions, focus is one of the rarest and most valuable assets. Winners learn to direct their attention only on what moves them forward. They cut out noise, toxic people, wasted time, and meaningless drama. Every minute spent on distraction is a minute stolen from growth. Protecting your focus means saying no often, creating boundaries, and prioritizing deep work. True progress requires concentrated effort on the few things that matter most. The more you guard your focus, the faster you move toward your goals, because energy flows where attention goes. These 5 principles are the first steps to turning inward and building unstoppable momentum. By taking responsibility, developing vision, mastering discipline, embracing failure, and protecting focus, you set the foundation to win not once, but repeatedly. Success is not about luck or talent. It's about consistently focusing on your growth until the results show up. True success begins when you stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your life, understanding that your choices, not circumstances, shape your future. With this mindset, you must create a clear vision, a detailed picture of the life you are committed to building. Because without a target, your energy scatters and progress feels empty. That vision only comes alive through self-discipline, the daily practice of choosing long-term goals over short-term comfort, proving to yourself with every small action that you are in control. Along the way, failure will appear, but instead of treating it as defeat, use it as a teacher, each setback sharpening your strategy and strengthening your resolve to rise again stronger. Above all, protect your focus like your most valuable asset, because every distraction steals time from growth, while deep concentration on what matters most accelerates your journey toward winning. 6. Eliminate distractions and guard your focus. Success doesn't just demand effort, it demands concentration. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they scatter their energy across too many things. To win, you must protect your focus like treasure. This means saying no to activities, people, or habits that drain your energy without giving you progress. Social media, gossip, unnecessary scrolling, endless entertainment. These are traps designed to steal your time. Every hour wasted is an hour stolen from your future success. Guard your attention the same way you guard your money. Create blocks of time where nothing else exists except your goals. When you master focus, you master progress. Distractions may seem small, but they multiply and can ruin years of effort. The person who can sustain focus in a world full of noise becomes unstoppable. 7. Surround yourself with the right environment. You can't grow if you are in soil that kills your roots. The people around you either fuel your dreams or drain them. If you constantly stay around complainers, doubters, and negative thinkers, eventually you'll mirror them. But if you surround yourself with ambitious, disciplined, and uplifting people, you'll naturally rise to their level. Success is contagious, just like failure. Protect your environment. Sometimes this means distancing yourself from friends who don't align with your vision. It may mean choosing silence over toxic company. It may mean paying to attend rooms and events where bigger minds gather. The energy around you shapes your thinking, and your thinking shapes your results. Upgrade your environment, and you automatically upgrade your destiny. 8. Build consistency. Like a machine. Motivation is temporary, but consistency builds empires. The difference between winners and quitters is not who feels inspired, but who keeps showing up. Success isn't about massive bursts of energy once in a while. It's about small, disciplined steps every single day. Write even when you don't feel creative. Train even when you feel lazy. Study even when you'd rather rest. Those who rely on moods stay average. Those who rely on discipline become extraordinary. Every habit you repeat ingrains a stronger pattern into your life. The compound effect of small, consistent actions creates unstoppable momentum. Imagine a drop of water. It seems small, but over time, it shapes rock. That's the power of consistency. Build systems that make your habits automatic. Once you master consistency, success is no longer a matter of if. It becomes a matter of when. 9. Strengthen your mental resilience. The road to winning is not smooth. Life will test you with delays, rejections, betrayals, and losses. If your mind is weak, you will break at the first storm. If your mind is strong, no storm can stop you. Mental resilience is built through embracing challenges instead of running from them. Every obstacle is a weight that strengthens you. Every failure is a teacher sharpening your strategy. Don't expect the journey to be easy. Expect it to be hard, and decide to rise anyway. Winners train their minds like warriors. They practice self-talk that builds courage instead of fear. They turn setbacks into fuel. When others panic, they stay calm. When others quit, They adapt. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about enduring it and transforming it into power. If you can master your inner world, the outer world cannot defeat you. 10. Take bold action. Without waiting for perfection. Too many people delay their dreams because they are waiting for the right moment. They wait for perfect timing, perfect resources, perfect confidence. But that moment never comes. Winners move even when things are messy, uncertain, or incomplete. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Every successful person you admire started before they felt ready. They launched the business before they knew everything. They started writing before they mastered the craft. They invested in themselves before the results were guaranteed. Action creates clarity. Action builds experience. Action unlocks opportunities that waiting never will. Stop overthinking and start executing. Even imperfect steps forward are better than standing still. The universe rewards momentum, not hesitation. If you want to win, act boldly, adjust as you go, and trust that courage will always open doors. Protecting your focus is everything. Distractions like social media, gossip, or wasted time quietly rob you of years of progress, so you must guard your attention like gold. The people and environment you allow around you shape your mindset, so being in circles of ambition, discipline, and growth naturally pulls you higher, while negativity drags you down. Success is built on consistency, not occasional bursts of effort. Showing up daily, even when unmotivated, compounds into unstoppable results over time. Point 10. Protect your peace. Peace is not a luxury. It is a requirement for focus. Without peace of mind, even the most talented person will crumble under the weight of distractions. Protecting your peace means protecting your energy, your time, and your focus from anything that doesn't align with your vision. Think of peace like oxygen. If someone cuts it off, nothing else matters. Winners learn to say no unapologetically. They step away from gossip, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and limit access for those who drain their energy. Protecting your peace is also about habits, turning off constant notifications, spending time in nature, and creating environments where your mind can rest. It doesn't mean living in isolation. It means controlling your environment so that the noise of the world doesn't drown out the voice of your goals. When your mind is calm, your decisions sharpen. When your emotions are balanced, your actions become intentional. Without peace, focus is impossible. With peace, focus becomes effortless. Point 11. Stay consistent, even when bored. Most people think winners are driven by constant excitement. The truth is, winners are fueled by consistency. They show up every single day, even when it's boring, even when it feels repetitive, even when nobody else is watching. Consistency is what transforms small actions into massive results. Imagine brushing your teeth. One day doesn't make a difference, but years of consistency determine whether you have a healthy smile or decay. The same principle applies to your habits, your work, and your goals. Anyone can be consistent when motivation is high, but true focus means showing up when the feeling is gone. Athletes train for hours in empty gyms. Writers sit at their desks with blank pages. Entrepreneurs grind through mundane tasks. They all understand the secret. Boredom is part of the journey. If you quit because it feels repetitive, you'll never see the breakthrough. Winners keep going through the monotony because they know the compound effect of small actions creates extraordinary results. Point 12. Turn rejection into fuel. Rejection is not a dead end, it's a redirection. Winners don't see rejection as proof of failure. They see it as proof they are aiming high enough. If nobody has ever told you no, you probably haven't pushed far enough. Every rejection carries a lesson. Maybe your skills need sharpening, your strategy needs adjusting, or your timing needs patience. Instead of letting rejection break them, focused people let it build them. Think of rejection as weights in the gym. The resistance hurts, but it makes you stronger. Some people stop lifting after the first strain, but champions push until the resistance becomes strength. Each no you hear is fuel for a stronger comeback. Many of history's greatest victories were born from repeated rejection. Authors whose books were denied dozens of times. Inventors who failed hundreds of attempts. Entrepreneurs who were laughed at by investors. They didn't collapse. They converted rejection into momentum. Winners don't just survive rejection, they thrive on it. Point 13. Align daily actions with long-term goals. Dreams without discipline are hallucinations. Every single day, your choices either bring you closer to your goals or push you further away. Winners understand alignment, the ability to connect daily actions to long-term outcomes. It's not enough to have big dreams written in a notebook. Your daily grind must reflect them. If you say health is a priority, what does your diet and exercise look like today? If financial freedom is the goal, how are you managing your money right now? Winners constantly measure alignment. They pause before decisions and ask, does this move me toward or away from my mission? Small misalignments today create massive detours tomorrow. Discipline is simply the art of consistent alignment. Success comes from stacking aligned actions, day after day, year after year, until the weight of discipline tips the scale in your favor. Alignment removes the illusion of overnight success. It reveals success as the reward of daily obedience to your vision. Point 14. Keep learning and adapting. The world is not static, and neither are winners. What separates those who last from those who fade is adaptability. Winners are lifelong learners. They don't assume yesterday's skills will win tomorrow's battles. They read, they listen, they observe, and they upgrade. Learning is not optional, it's survival. Consider technology. Industries rise and fall in a matter of years, and those who refuse to adapt are left behind. Winners embrace learning not as a burden, but as a privilege. They know every mistake contains a lesson, and every lesson is a tool for the future. Adapting doesn't mean abandoning your vision. It means adjusting your methods until the vision becomes reality. Winners stay humble enough to learn from anyone. Mentors, books, competitors, even critics. The moment you stop learning, you start declining. Focusing until you win means becoming a student of life, forever sharpening your mind, upgrading your skills, and pivoting when necessary to stay in the game. Point 15. Refuse to quit until victory is yours. The final and most important point is persistence. Everything else matters, but persistence makes them work. Winners are not always the most talented or the most intelligent. They are the ones who simply refuse to quit. Quitting guarantees failure. Persistence guarantees progress. Focus until you win means there is no timeline for giving up. If the goal takes 1 year, you stay. If it takes 10, you stay. Winners treat setbacks as temporary, obstacles as challenges, and failure as part of the process. They understand that success often arrives right after the point where most people quit. History is filled with stories of breakthroughs that happened on the 101st try, the 11th year, the final hour. Winners are willing to outlast the struggle because they know persistence eventually breaks resistance. Success does not belong to the fastest or the strongest, but to the one who refuses to stop moving forward. Persistence is the ultimate form of focus. Point 16. Master emotional control. Emotions are powerful, but uncontrolled emotions are destructive. Winners don't allow anger, fear, or frustration to dictate their choices. Instead, they train themselves to master emotional discipline. Mastery doesn't mean they never feel. It means they refuse to be slaves to feelings. They pause before reacting, breathe before exploding, and think before speaking. This composure becomes their secret weapon. Imagine an opponent who expects you to lose your cool, but instead you remain calm. It disarms them and keeps you in control. Life constantly throws storms: criticism, betrayal, rejection, delays. But emotional mastery allows winners to stay steady in chaos. They know storms pass, but bad decisions made in emotional chaos can leave permanent scars. By mastering emotions, winners turn energy inward, fueling their progress rather than wasting it on regret. They rise above petty conflicts, refusing to let temporary feelings destroy long-term goals. Calmness is not weakness. It is strength under control. Point 17. Value time above all else. Money can be regained, opportunities can return, but time is irreversible. Winners understand this deeply, and so they treat time as their most valuable currency. Every wasted hour is a chance they will never get back. That's why they become ruthless with how they spend their time. They cut out distractions, limit mindless entertainment, and choose carefully who and what gets their attention. Winners understand that saying yes to one thing means saying no to something else. So they protect their time with focus. They invest hours into building skills, nurturing relationships, and advancing their vision, not into endless scrolling or drama. They rise early to maximize the day, schedule intentionally, and guard their routines with discipline. To them, procrastination is theft, laziness is poison, and busyness without progress is failure. Winners don't just fill their calendars, they prioritize. By valuing time above all else, they create leverage, compounding small investments of effort into extraordinary results over years. Point 18. Practice self-reliance. Winners build their lives so that no single person, employer, or situation completely controls their destiny. They practice self-reliance. This doesn't mean isolation, arrogance, or never seeking help. It means they ensure their stability doesn't collapse if others walk away. They learn skills that make them valuable, build savings that give them security, and develop confidence that allows them to move forward, regardless of circumstances. Many people give up when their support system disappears, but winners remain standing because they never leaned entirely on someone else's strength. Self-reliance also builds respect. When people see you can carry yourself, they are more willing to walk with you. Dependence breeds weakness. Independence breeds power. Winners don't wait to be rescued, they rescue themselves. They don't beg for opportunities, they create them. By practicing self-reliance, they ensure their focus isn't at the mercy of someone else's choices. Their vision is theirs alone, and they take responsibility for building it. Point 19. Maintain humility in success. One of the greatest traps of achievement is pride. Many lose focus the moment success arrives, because they believe they have arrived permanently. Winners know that arrogance destroys progress. That's why humility is their anchor. No matter how far they rise, they remember where they started. They respect people at every level because they know power without humility breeds isolation. Humility doesn't mean downplaying achievements. It means refusing to see yourself as above others. Winners remain students, open to correction and eager to learn, even when others call them masters. They give credit to their teams, acknowledge their mentors, and show gratitude to those who helped along the way. Pride blinds, humility sharpens vision. It keeps winners grounded, disciplined, and prepared for the next challenge. True humility allows success to last, because it removes the ego that often sabotages great achievements. By staying humble, winners keep growing when others plateau. Point 20. Never forget why you started. The final point is the heartbeat of focus, remembering your why. Life will test you, obstacles will frustrate you, and victories will sometimes feel delayed. In those moments, the only thing that keeps you moving is remembering why you began. Winners write their reasons down, visualize them daily, and carry them like fuel in their hearts. Whether it's providing for family, proving doubters wrong, or fulfilling a personal dream, their why is stronger than any obstacle. When exhaustion whispers quit, purpose shouts louder. Your why must be bigger than your struggles, greater than your setbacks, and deeper than your fears. Many people lose direction not because they lack skill, but because they forget why they're fighting. Winners constantly reconnect with their why, reminding themselves that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the victory lasts forever. By never forgetting why they started, they find the strength to finish what they began.